injuries.
I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Collison comes in for Kyle Singler. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Gibson leading the charge.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
The Bulls have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. And for the most part today, they have been. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Robertson can't hit. Butler from outside. Got it off it. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
What a game for Rose. He's got 14 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
Yeah, he really is. He's always looking to make the passes. Head up, eyes up, trying to find the open teammate.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time possible.
Aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. Heinrich and Rose, the guards. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Butler in at the small forward.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I tell you, Kobe had suggested to him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
And Pau never really the burly type, but for 7-footers, getting as light as possible can really reduce the pounding on those joints.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes significant wear and tear off your joints. We've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably, and Pau able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau worked with Clippers coach Doc Rivers in Boston for many years, and they remain close friends, often sharing notes. Rivers said of Thibodeau, "He's the best mind I've ever been around. People keep expecting them to fall, but he holds them together. It's his system, but it's more just his way. He simply doesn't relent, Kevin."
He makes his players believe, Doris. That's something they both share in common. Thank you. Here's Westbrook after the Bulls pick up 2. And Durant, here we go. Noah with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Now here's Rose. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
And now a look at Pau Gasol here. How his last 10 games have gone. 5th in blocks. 13th in field goal percentage. And in terms of rebounding, he's in the top 20 in the league. So a guy who can really take care of the boards for you.
And Steve, you said it. I mean, he ranks in the top 5 in blocks per game, and that puts him in his rightful place as one of the most feared defenders in the league right now. Derrick Rose has always had an effective...
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how Clark, brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, with the way that Kevin Durant has improved over the last few seasons, you have to wonder if he has even yet peaked as a player. Scary to think, but there's still some room for growth. I think he can get stronger and develop a better low post game.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Morrow's checked in.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Butler kicks to Heinrich. And Durant sends it back. Outside Westbrook. And he takes that one up and powers it through. Out of this world. Aerial skills for a guy of his size.
Kevin, that's what separates him from some of the other point guards around the league. The ability to rise and throw it down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that spurs them on. Maybe he sparks a little bit of a comeback here.
With Durant, you really forget how young he is. He came into the league at such a young age. Clark and was a star so quickly. It seems like he's the old vet, but he might be a year or 2 away from his prime.
Yeah, I think he's still a couple of years away from his prime when all of the physical, emotional, and mental come together at that peak point of performance. His best seasons are still in front of him, and he's had some pretty good ones behind him to this point.
And he gets the bucket. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet anyway.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Butler. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. Durant just inside the line. Durant with another miss. Gasol goes in. And Gibson kicks to Mirotic. Goes up again. Shot's good by Gibson. And the Bulls lead by 7.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play. Man, I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's Mirotic. Goes back up. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
They get it again. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The feed now to Dunleavy. From deep. Offensive rebound. Gibson. Here's Gasol. And finally, that one's good.
I think the lead they've built here, guys, is in large part due to what they've done on the boards.
Absolutely. I mean, they have a +10 advantage in rebounds, and they've been in total control of the backboard.
Durant wide open. He fires. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Got it up. Can't get it to go. So here's Westbrook. Backcourt tandem, Westbrook and Jeremy Lamb. Enes Kanter is out there with Durant. And it's Collison in the three. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And another thing they're doing is really taking advantage of fast break opportunities, scoring some easy baskets.
24 seconds.
Here is Rose. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
At the line for Derrick Rose.
No good on the free throw.
Kevin, his poor free throw shooting is really taking its toll. With all of those trips to the line, it's got to be tough.
Thunder trailing by 12. Here's Lamb. The 10-footer. Here's Kanter. And there's the rejection.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Butler attacking. Durant with some nice D.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face. And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
Now here's Rose. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Kanter. Baca comes in for Nick Collison. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Over the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Brooks said to his team. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
And Scott Brooks, even when the Thunder were really a young team, was pretty open to getting input from his players, and they like them.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's a collaborative style, and really a credit to Scott Brooks. He's secure enough with himself to allow his players to have that input. You know, engaging his players and keeping them invested. It's not easy for coaches to do when they're expected to always be in control and have the answers. And he's got some great team leaders, too, so it's a nice fit for that collaborative style.
Now Butler. After Westbrook's missed three, there's Rose with the three. That doesn't go either for Rose. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hands doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Well, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Dion Waiters checked in for Augustine. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And it's Rose penetrating. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Adams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
Boy, they needed that last rebound. They haven't done well on the boards overall, but that one was huge.
Still fighting for the win here.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take